You think you're a good person? You've never killed anyone. You've never stolen. But Jesus told a story where that was still not enough, and one man woke up in hell. Jesus said there was a very rich man. He dressed in purple and fine linen, symbols of power and status. Every day was a feast. Every day was abundance. His life was like a banquet with the lights never turned off, where every need was met and there was no room for lack or worry to enter. But wealth carries a subtle trap. It does not turn a person evil overnight. It slowly teaches them to expect to be served and to place themselves at the center. When everything is always enough, people easily lose the ability to see the existence and the pain of others. This rich man was not openly wicked. He did not kill, steal, or commit crimes that society condemns, but he lived for himself and only for himself. That quiet indifference grew day by day, silently shaping who he became without a single cruel act being required. At the gate of the rich man's house lay a beggar named Lazarus. His body was covered with sores, too weak to stand on his own. He did not ask for money or privilege. He only longed for the crumbs that fell from the table, just enough to survive one more day. But no one gave him anything. Dogs came and licked his wounds, a painful detail that reveals a cold truth. Animals came near him, while people turned away. Lazarus was not only hungry in body, but starved of dignity and compassion. Every day the rich man walked past his gate. Every day he saw Lazarus lying there, and every day he chose to ignore him. He did not drive him away or strike him. He simply did nothing. Yet that prolonged silence became a choice, carrying consequences far deeper than he imagined. Then death came, without warning and without permission. Lazarus died quietly with no funeral and no one to mourn him. But Jesus said angels carried him to a place of rest beside Abraham, a comfort prepared for those forgotten on earth. Later, the rich man also died. He had a grand funeral and words of praise. But when he opened his eyes, he found himself in torment. Everything was reversed. Status and wealth stayed behind, leaving his soul alone to face a truth that could no longer be hidden. In agony, the rich man cried out, asking for a single drop of water to cool his tongue. He did not ask to escape hell, only for the slightest relief. That alone reveals how unimaginable the suffering in that place truly is. Yet even then, he still spoke of Lazarus as someone to be sent and commanded. Hell does not change a person's nature, it exposes it. If a heart never learned to love, suffering only makes that emptiness painfully clear. Abraham replied that in life the rich man had received good things, while Lazarus suffered. Now everything was reversed, and between them was a great chasm, so that no one could cross from one side to the other or ever return. There was no bridge, no back door, no second chance. Hell is terrifying not only because of fire, but because of permanence. When death comes, all choices are sealed. A person carries only who they have become, nothing more and nothing less. In desperation, the rich man begged that Lazarus be sent to warn his 5 brothers. For the first time, he thought of others, but it was too late. During his life, he had countless opportunities to change, yet he never took them. Abraham answered that they already had the scriptures. If they refused to listen, even someone rising from the dead would not convince them. The problem is not a lack of evidence, but a heart unwilling to open and change its way of living. The rich man did not end up in hell because he was rich, and Lazarus was not comforted simply because he was poor. The difference lay in the heart. One lived in abundance with a closed heart. The other suffered, yet was not forgotten by God. This story is no longer only about 2 people in Scripture. It now points directly at us. Who is lying at the gate of your heart today? And how many times have you seen them, yet walked past in silence? This story was not told to frighten people, but to awaken them. Heaven and hell do not begin after death. They begin with how we live, love, and treat one another in our daily lives. The most beautiful truth is that today, there is still time. Time to open the gate of the heart, to love, and to change. Because when death comes, the only thing that follows us into eternity is the person we have become.